then you gotta power it with redstone. So if I was to just throw that, boom. Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of our Cryptopolis modded playthrough. Hope you've all been enjoying the series thus far. I know I have personally. This has been a very fun mod pack for me to dive into and learn some new things about Create, as well as, my own limitations with it. So today we're actually going to be getting into, well, this mechanism that we have beneath us, this one off to the side, and there's going to be 4 set up over here. So I know it sounds a little complicated, but we'll break it down as we go. For the time being, all this is kind of just getting left behind here, because we're going to dive into another piece that we've actually been working on while away. It's not on this side, although there is something on this side that I would like to show y'all, and that is the straw mechanic. So we've been through this before. You can feed these straws to your blaze burners to allow them to intake liquid fuel, right? Such as lava. This also works by pipes, so basically we're just going to try to fuel our burners, right, with lava. I feel like that's a fine thing to do here. Can we see? Yeah, so if you right click, you see that lava. 1 bucket has 1,000-second burn time. And that should be pretty fine for us. We don't need to worry about this creosin and crude oil, acetyl, none of that. Lava is the best, and we get it for free, so that's what we're going to be using. Now that being said, to create the straws, what you need is simply bamboo, and then this little rolling mill in front of us, which is really simple to create, which is why I went ahead and made it in between episodes. It requires absolutely nothing new. Andesite alloy, some shafts, iron sheet, and an andesite casing. This is how you power it, or on the opposite side, both work. And then the input, you simply drop it in. I've been jumping and dropping because it's up a little bit high for me. But if you look up on the top where it says rolling mill right beneath it, it says 1x straw. This will tell you when it's a bamboo and it's still being processed and when the process completes and it turns into a straw. Right click and there you go. Now I did already make up the other 3 because, well, obvious reasons. Anyways, let's move on over to another piece. We did end up completing a chapter off camera, and I didn't really mean to. I wasn't thinking about it, but, it happened, and so whatever. We created the infinite water source, tier 1, and I believe that is getting colorful? Yeah. So up here we have the infinite water source. We finally made it because we're finally going to need it in order for this next piece here of creativity. Now, yes, we're going to be creating the steam boiler today and actually making use of it as far as using our mechanical crafter to hopefully push out our crushing wheel. Eventually, I'm hoping that the steam boiler also powers our crushing wheel and our mechanical extruder. So, ideally, this machine will be powering the rest of our create mechanisms. That includes our encased fans over here that we'll be using for washing and the rest of these. So, getting into mud, because this is the next portion that we need to do in order to get down to coke brick and blast brick, which allows us to get into immersive engineering. Mud is a little easier than what it lets on. So, you'll see here, you can take any kind of dirt, rooted, coarse, regular, mix it with some water in a mixing, no heat required, and bam, mud. Now, the nice thing about this is once you get 2 pieces of dirt, you can make infinite dirt off your gravel. So you don't actually have to go through the whole process of creating coarse dirt every single time you want dirt, right? Just keep 2 pieces of dirt with you at all times, and you'll always be able to resupply yourself. Because gravel, of course, is made a lot easier and a lot more automatable, right? If I can say that, through either the crushing wheels or even just the millstone, throwing some cobblestone in there or any other stone variant, you can get gravel back out of, or even on the cutting board. So, all that being said, this says we only need 4 pieces of mud for the quest. Getting ahead of myself. It says we only need 4 pieces of mud for the quest. However, with this mud, we're going to need to make packed mud and then mud bricks because we need mud bricks for the coke brick recipe. We need 1 for 3, and we're going to end up needing 27, so we need 9 mud bricks here. And then we also need 9 mud bricks here because same thing, 1 mud brick to 3. So altogether we need 18 pieces of mud, but I think, yeah, to get 1 packed mud, it requires 4 regular mud, and the mud bricks are just a 1-to-1 of the packed mud. So we need 4 times 9, 36 pieces of mud. Like initial mud here, which is perfectly fine. That's why we have this set up here. Infinite water source, fluid pipe, and then we have some of our mechanical pumps, which we saw last episode. I do have this turned around because I didn't want it to actually start until we got into the video. But then we just are pulling power out from our conveyor belt over here and having these spin. So a good indicator, I don't know if this does this if you have particles turned off, but you can see the water popping out of the pipe, and now it's in there. So what we can do, what did I say we needed? 36? We have 32 here on us. My math must have been wrong. That's what that tells you. Because obviously I came in very prepared for this episode today. I had a lot of time sort of to prep for it. 1 piece of dirt there. I thought we... Oh, there's the gravel. Okay. So let's just go ahead and do this process. And this is fine. Show y'all a little bit of how it's done. So gravel, dirt. And if you want to turn this coarse dirt into dirt, you can place it down and hoe it. And there you go. Now, as for our purposes, it doesn't matter if it's coarse dirt or regular dirt. So either is fine there. And then let's run over here. So this will be 31. Then we need 5 more. That should do it there. It's not rotating with enough speed. Okay, so we got to increase the speed there on it. We had to slow down the speed because of adding these in. So I'm wondering if we can maybe depower that in order to give us a bit more stress units, and then we'll take that shaft out, add this one in, pop a big cog back right there, and there we go. So yeah, it just wasn't going fast enough. And if you're a bit confused about what just happened there, essentially our machine was going slow, right? So it needed to go faster. In order for it not to get overstressed, I had to break a machine component so it didn't use as much stress. If we put this back here, you'll see it says overstressed, and that's because we're trying to use this, which uses 512, trying to use this, which uses 256, trying to use these two, which each are using 256, and this one, because of how fast the machine is going. If we were to slow the machine down, it could probably do it all, but as we saw, the mixer requires a certain speed there. So what we can do is simply remove a machine that takes out some of the stress and allows all the other pieces to continue. So there we go. We have our mud being pumped through. Okay, well, I was expecting something to come out. What's the matter here? Oh, it has to like refill every time? Okay. Anyways, that's going. That'll create the rest of the mud that we need, and that'll be all fine and dandy. Now, once this is done, we're going to take this setup here and move it back downstairs because we won't need mud bricks for anything else, I don't believe. Unless we just want it for building, which I don't. So that water pump is going to come down here to work for our boiler. Now, boiler, we're going to be getting into this because this is going to be a little bit of a multi-step process, and you can see there's a lot of pipes running all around, so it can get kind of confusing. I think to best explain it, it's to go into the steam engine here. So if we hold down W, we'll see all the components, and is there a way for me to like pause the recording? Not that I see. But essentially, I guess I can hold it. So essentially we have our fluid tanks there, right here, right? And then we attach the steam engine to it. With the steam engine, we attach a shaft, and that's what gives us our output. Now, in order to actually power the steam engine, we need to have some kind of heat below it. We're going to be using blaze burners, as I said, and we want these blaze burners to have infinite power, and that's where our pipes come in, right? Right over here. Well, it keeps doing this. When I load up my world, it acts as though the pulley is not extended here. That's fine. We'll just shift and send this down into the lava. Essentially, this pulley, this little hose pulley, is going to suck up lava and fuel our system ideally. That should be plenty, right? Yeah. Alright, so yeah, it'll suck it up, it'll pump it into all 4 burners, and that'll power the bottom. And then we're going to have our infinite water supply being basically the power for it, right? Because it's a steam engine, so you need steam. So here we are. The minimum setup is 4. The quest, I think, requires 4. We went ahead and made a tier 3, and you'll understand here in a minute what I'm talking about. So blaze burners can increase the output, which is nice. All right, so here we're seeing power levels. Require more water, size, and heat. That's fine. The heat we're not worried about. The size, essentially, we're just going to be going up then. And you can see with each power level, you can add an additional engine. So at 4, you can have 4 engines. At a power level of 2, you can have 2 engines. Level 4, 4 engines. So the quest, I believe, only calls for a 2 engine. Yeah. 4 and 8. So only requires you to have 2. We're going to go a bit further and go for 3. That being said, we're still only going to use 4 blaze burners because I believe it'll be enough. Also, I think we have the materials on us to build these steam engines. We're going to go ahead and 1, 2, just to complete that part of the quest, even though we're going to end up creating 3. Now, the empty blaze burners we have here, I went ahead and crushed down some more of our coal shards so we can get enough to basically go spawn up the other blazes. So we're going to go do that. We'll come right back over here and basically start up our boiler. Obviously, the mud should be all finished by now, so that should not be a problem. Hello, Mr. Strider. It is time for your evening walk over to Never Never Land. Still got a minute on this time, so we should be fine. I keep thinking about building a bridge over here. I'm just not entirely sure. Alright. So there we go. And we will refresh our fire resistance up here at the top. Oh, I took the altar. Oh, goodness me, Chance. Completely forgot about that at the end of the last episode, so we didn't have to come over here at all. We're actually going to have to reset that up to where it can have fire beneath it. Oh, well, hello. Your company is not really much appreciated there, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got what you want. Okay, so let's go get the altar. We'll get this thing set up and rocking and a rolling. All right. We'll just step you right over the edge as per the usual. And I'm guessing I put the altar back upstairs, right? I didn't put it in my backpack. Backpack. Now, I believe we just need fire underneath the altar and we should be good to go. There we are. one piece of netherrack because it burns for forever. And we'll just set this up right here. Actually, you know what? That's netherrack all the same. And then we should have flint and steel. There we are. Fire. Oh, shucks. I should have done this first, actually. There we are. Fire. Alright, so let's keep these down here. I think it's 2, 4, and 1. These blazes live for all of like 1 second and then they're just snuffed out. It's almost unfair. So again, 2, 4, 1. We just got to do this a couple more times here. Might should eat some of our fungus salad just in case any of them get any big ideas. Oh no, wait. I forget it does the whole stack of what you have in your hand, so that unfortunately doesn't work there. 2, 4, 1. I wonder if there's a way to automate this. Probably, right? I mean, there's probably a way to just automate mobs in general later on. I think I saw deep mob learning, or whatever new version of it is. Alright, last one. Steam Age. Quest completed. So that's all that we needed. Oh, I also went through and clicked to accept all my rewards. It basically just gave us a whole bunch of C-Bucks. So if we want to buy something out of here, we pretty much can. Which, all that I really do is anytime I see seeds or a sapling, I buy. That way, when the day comes and I'm like, okay, I want to have the world's most marvelous farm, we'll actually be able to. So far we have green onion, honeydew, rutabaga, turnip, banana, mango, peach, starfruit, walnut, and cinnamon. Not gonna lie, I'm very excited for the day that I get to start using these. But today's not that day. So that's all done. We have our burners ready, set on go. Go. We need to go get our mud. Mud. Now, how did we turn this into actual mud? Oh, this gives us water as well when we compact it. Is there a different way to do this? I feel like there's a Minecraft way to do this, like a vanilla Minecraft way, but I guess we don't know it, huh? Alright, so mud compacting in a basin. Interesting. Go ahead and break all these because this whole setup here was just for the sake of giving us mud. Now that we have the mud we require, should be able to put the mechanical press back where it's required, which is right here. Alright, now let's see this. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Shucks, but can I still drop my mud in there? Yeah. Alright, this works. I'm going to have to empty the water out though, huh? Oh wait, it went ahead and made it into mud bricks too. Oh, but it didn't make enough. How did that not make enough? 36? Shouldn't that make... Did I do my math wrong on that? I don't feel like I did, but we're definitely shy. That's not gonna do it? Okay. Well, that sucks because I just broke my whole setup for that. Yeah, give me this back. There's that. It no longer has water in it. Can we just put water in it, though? No. Oh, I can. Oh, well, that becomes a lot easier. 1, 2, 3. Does that work? 2, 3. Cool. Now, can 3... Shucks. How do we create this basin? I just need to make a new one. Is it just iron? And it's not alloy. Okay, that's not too shabby. We might have that. Yes, we do. Alright. Well, then let's get... a second basin here. Okay. That's just not... I don't want to work today. Let's try one more. Solid even 4. There we go. And that gave us 2 packed mud. We're going to have to do 8 more, huh? Okay. Alright, so let's do that. We'll do that. Sorry, this is a little detour here. My math was wrong by quite a bit, actually. Once we get 4 here, we're going to go and throw this in. We got 1 more. Oh, right. Fuck it. No. Remove the recipe filter. If you have a recipe filter, essentially it won't craft, it won't mix until you give it that recipe. Alright. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we wanted to, we could just go ahead and throw this in there and get our 4 extra back out. So there we go. Mud bricks complete. Oh, that's just for 1 though. We need 9 for each. Something about that math did not add up whenever it was crushing it. Right? Oh well. But we are going to need this downstairs. I think we'll still be able to grab water from it even whenever it's working on its stuff down below. So, that's our mud bricks. It's not done, obviously. We'll come back to it. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So here... Well, first off... Those are all facing the right way. And then we want to have a fluid pipe there. Next, we want to have our blaze burners. And we want to give them all straws. And then the pipes connect. Fantastic. Finally, we want to get down our fluid tanks. Whoops. These are going to be laid out like so. And I believe that to be it, right? We just need to attach and attach. So this doesn't have any water. The heat's not there yet. The size is oh so very nice. So in order to power this thing, actually what we're going to want to do is probably stick one of these out the back here. Shaft it up. Can we turn that, perhaps? No, not that cogwheel. Yeah, the powered shaft. This is what I want to break. There's got to be a way to do this sideways, right? Like that. Okay. So if that turns sideways, we're not going to be able to do it here unless... Oh, son of a biscuit. Where did that come from? Something just shot me. Look, lava monsters, if you got a problem, just come say something. Alright. So back to what I was doing here. So it's coming out the side. I think we should be able to... No, we can't just add a gearbox here because there's this one. What if we... I don't know if we need this many, you know, what's it called, but we'll see. And then what we would do is remove this, that, and then we would make ourselves a gearbox. Do I still have any andesite casing? I don't, not that I can see. It's all right. There we are. And then we'll make ourselves a gearbox. Try this out again. Alright, so we gearbox this. That's powering the gearbox. Gearbox is powering these gears. These gears are powering those gears. So now all we need to do is add a little bit of fuel, I think, ourselves. And it should jumpstart the machine. Leave me alone. Really dwindling the water or the lava down there, but it's all right. All right, so that's going. And then this is not. We got to put some. We got to give the water like a jump boost here. Can we hand crank it, perhaps? What happened to my hand crank? Oh, it's over here. And then in order to do this, we just need to put a cogwheel. No. Sure where you got that idea from. Overstressed. Yeah. We just need to get some water in here to start with, and then it should power itself. How can we do this on a less stressful manner? Oh, you know what? I think I know. Separate this from there to start with. And then we should be able to hand crank it. So let's see. Basic, mechanical, pipe. Alright. And let's just remove this steam engine for starters. Pump. Sure. Is this pumping in? I guess we'll have to sit here for a second and see. The little gauge over here on the side's not moving. But it looks like it's getting pumped in, doesn't it? Alrighty, so we got it going here. Basically, we just had to apply a bit more speed to it. But as we can see, it is finally chugging away, and then it stops. Now, it looks like it did get some capacity into each of them, but we can't necessarily keep this going. You know, obviously it keeps stopping. Oh, and we also got to be crouched. But yeah, we like can't keep up with the water at the same time, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to build another water, put it on the other side. Out. Yeah, because I'm simply not fast enough to run over there. So we're gonna build another infinite little water thing real quick, which I guess is perfectly fine. It basically just allows you all to see the process anyways, and we'll go back down and wire up a second pump essentially. So let's see here. We're gonna need some glass. What else? What else? Some water. Water, we're just gonna need 2 of these and our hammer. And 2 buckets. And then here it was. This is where I did it last time. Oh, we're also going to need, what is that, smooth stone? So we're going to have to smelt some more. That can't turn into sticks. Smelt some more regular stone down real quick. But after this, the steam engine should be able to power itself with the water, and then from there it'll be able to power all the extra machines that we add on to it. And hopefully be able to do it at a higher efficiency rather than this setup or the other one. Which, again, we'll probably end up leaving just for the sake of, like, looking at it and whatnot. But the last episode has not been out long enough for me to get any advice as far as the windmill. Maybe that's just as fast as it goes. I don't think so, though. I'd be willing to bet not. So. Oh, also, sometimes when we spawn in the pack, our textures for our frame drawers, they aren't working. I mean, it usually fixes itself, but just as a little heads up tip, there's that. So, back down we go. And I put a mega torch down here as well, but as you saw from the lava monster, it doesn't necessarily just completely negate the odds. So, let's do that. Do a bump. And we got to make sure these are turned the right way. So those are, oh, we're on fire. And now those are as well. Okay. Cool. And now we should just be able to give this thing a jump start. And once we see that little nozzle thing over on the side, y'all might not be able to see it, but should start spinning. And then the water should solve itself now. Alright, because this is pulling in water. This should fill up with lava here, too. Okay, so this is starting to get some. This is starting to get some. Full, and is the water keeping up? Not really. Okay, so let's see what happens when I attach another engine to this now. So now each of them do 8,000? It just basically splits it? Okay. Alright. And these should all be infinite now. The only thing we got to upgrade is our water. Let's see. Let's take down our manual for the... Oh, shoot, that was our Paxel. It just broke. Well, oh no. Let's make another one. Let's see, we're going to need a pickaxe, an axe, and a shovel. There we are. So yeah, we break this down. And then basically we're gonna have this. Ow. Did I step in lava or did... Wait, why is this not working now? Oh, because the water got cut off from it. Son of a biscuit. It really drains that fast. Shucks, I should have just left it alone. Alright, well, we're basically just going to have to redo that real quick. Seriously? Just... The problem is they still spawn all the way down at the bottom and then they just float up to the top. Okay. Right. Oh, I think that's opposite. Try this. There we go. Alright, well now that that's kicked back up, let's just try and make some more mechanical pumps. There we are. See if this keeps up any better with it. So again, give it a little jump start. That was not enough of a jump start. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Uh-oh. I think that might have done it. Now it's up to... Oh, cut back down. Oh, you know what it is? We need to spin these faster. We need to, like, upgrade the speed out of here. That's the problem. Okay. So it's not the amount of pumps, it's the speed of the pumps. Interesting, interesting. Well then let's see, how can we speed this up? It comes out of here, large. We're basically going to need a different kind of setup, but you see how the boiler works, and that's pretty much what we're working with here. I'm going to get this set up to pump out more speed, essentially, to crank this up to a higher speed so we can get more water in. And then we'll set this up going this way. So essentially, what we're going to be aiming to do today, let's see, that's not going to be enough. Essentially what we're going to be aiming to do today is transfer our power out to these things and over to here so we can actually use that power. Let's see. Do a gearbox there. And we would need another gearbox. And this one will need to be vertical. Why is that not spinning? Oh, because this isn't vertical. Duh. This needs to be vertical, and this needs to be vertical. Then basically we can attach this up. And this whole system out here works. If we want to speed it up, we can speed it up along this line here. But yeah, this will essentially be our encased fans. We'll have a fan here, fan there, and a fan there. And essentially we'll have water, fire, lava, and soul sand with fire. So soul fire, I guess. And that'll be all of our washing stations. So we're going to get this boiler set up to be nice, nifty, and speedy with our water and lava inputs. And then we'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have figured it out. And I'm laughing because, oh boy, it's a humdinger. So, the problem was we weren't, well, it's not really a humdinger to figure out. You just have to look at your water source and you'll realize, okay, I'm not, I think something just shot a fireball at me. We've been having this go on constantly. But I'm not producing enough water, essentially, is what you'll come to the conclusion. You'll be like, okay, well, I need to get a better water source. Well, if you right-click, left-click on this, you're not going to figure out how to do that. You're going to have to actually come to the mod and then get the iron upgrade to upgrade your water source here. Now, essentially, I started out just by adding more tier 1s because I searched just the water source at first and not the entire mod. I was like, well, I don't see a recipe for this, so I guess they took it out because it's OP or something. Wasn't sure. So I built 3. It still wasn't enough water to keep up with our boiler. So I was like, oh man. Eventually figured it out. We got this upgraded the way that it works. The iron upgrade, very simple. Iron around a glass pane. You'll want to shift right click it onto your water source and it will upgrade it to a tier 2. I'm not sure if you can skip tiers, like if you can go straight to gold once you get it. We don't have gold obviously, so we're going to have to wait on that. But it does allow for water to be produced at a quicker rate, as you can see, but it's still not enough to keep up. This one and this third one over here are both on empty. This bottom one, not sure how it's not getting emptied. Maybe it has to do with the fact that it's not connected directly to the mechanical pumps, whereas these are. But yeah, our boiler is working, 49,000 stress units via 2 engines. It says that, but we actually only have 16,000 coming from this one and 16,000 coming from this one. So we're losing some somewhere. I'm not quite sure, but this over here, each one of these is taking about 500 because we do have it doubled in speed. So instead of the normal 256, each one takes about 512. So this contraption over here takes a little bit over 1,500, and this takes a little bit over 2,000. So even with all of our water pumps here, or all of our mechanical pumps rather, the system still has like a over 10,000 stress unit remainder for what it can handle. So we should be perfectly fine to speed all of these up as well, which is what we're actually getting into now, which is going to be our encased fans and, you know, blowing stuff off, whether it be with water or fire or lava. We'll have different setups there. But before we get to that, we're going to want to increase the speed here. So, take this. Oh, actually, we're going to need some more wood. Our inventory is in shambles. I just want you to know I do apologize. It's just the way it currently is. So we'll do it 3 times. I think it can handle a 3 multiplier. So we'll break here, and then all the way down along. Might need to go 4. We'll see. So there's 1, and then you just look sort of in the diagonal box of this, and it'll place that. We have to move forward with the shaft. We go large, back to small. That's actually going pretty fast. Do we need to increase it again? Can it increase again? Let's see. No. Okay, so that's as fast as it can actually go, is this right here. Just a 2-step. Alright, and then if we reconnect this... Yeah, no, all of those are spinning incredibly fast. We don't want to step on those because obviously we'll get launched into the lava. But now we're cooking with grease. We'll get into our mechanical crafters here in just a bit. Again, we're taking things, you know, bit by bit here. So now we need to craft ourselves 4 mechanical fans, or what are they called? Oh, I don't even have them over here. I think we need propellers. Or maybe that was for the last one. No, we need propellers. Encased fans, we need 4 of these. So let's go ahead and save that. So in order to create 4 of these, we need 4 propellers. So we're going to need 16 iron sheets and 4 andesite alloys. 16 iron sheets, 4 andesite alloys. So the andesite alloys, I think we just get from combining andesite and either zinc or iron nuggets. So there's some zinc nuggets. We'll go up and get some andesite here in a second. But first, let's go ahead and get some iron crushing, so that way it can be well on its way. We don't have any in here, right? No, but I'll have to remember that that's where our mud bricks are once we go back to getting that completed. Let's go ahead and break this. Take the mechanical belt. And we said we needed 16, so let's go ahead and get some more in there. More than 16 at least. Oh, right, this is also missing a shaft. There we go. Okay. So now that should go and finish that process. Down below here, we can actually go ahead and work on getting ourselves another engine, right? Let's see. Steam engine. What do we need? Another block of copper and more andesite alloy. So we just need more andesite in general. And the copper block, I think we have enough copper to go ahead and complete that. So getting ourselves another steam engine should not be too difficult. Andesite, do we have any in here? No. This is sort of our first storage area, so I just wanted to check it before going down here. We have 104. I didn't mean to take it all, but that's fine too. So yeah, we just take 2 andesite, 2 zinc. There we go. And a block of copper. And that should be it for our 3rd steam engine, right? And then our mechanical crafters. We have them right here. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and drop on down. Well, maybe we should check and see if our iron got pressed out over here. I have a feeling it's already done. Indeed, it was. So, propellers. We need 4. Encased fans. We need 4. What's holding us back here? Andesite casing, and that's it. We just need some more andesite casing. Okay. Automating the casings should be one of our first and foremost goals when it comes to advanced automation stuff. Oh wait, I didn't need to pick those up. Shucks, chance. It's alright. You live, you learn, you make mistakes, and you do again. So is life, ladies and gentlemen. So is life. There we are. Now, encased fans. Alright. Gotta open our backpack for this. 2, 3, and 4. Wash it clean. Alright. Fantastic. So we're kind of getting 2 birds, 1 stone knocked out here. Eat some fungus salad just in case anything tries to come up. So we'll just throw this one out this way. And same thing, we're going to need 2 gearboxes. And we're going to need them both to be vertical. Shafts, we should have enough here. 1 and 2. Awesome. And again, we can increase the speed of this. First, let's just get all of them down. So your mechanical crafters, you do just place side by side, and we will realign them once they're all down. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, come on. I can make this. This will be 3, 4, 5. And we need that one up top for the extruder. So there we go. Now each one of these is taking 128. This is 26 times 128. It's a couple thousand, but maybe we can increase this machine by at least 1. Let's see here. So we'll take large, we'll take small. We'll break. Oh, well, we're going to have to do at least 2 if we want to get back to the base there. Ah, screw it. We'll try 2. If it don't work, it don't work. Nothing wrong with that. So we're going to need some more shafts. Shafts are easy. Just take our andesite alloy, and this is why we never have any andesite alloy, because I've used so many shafts so far. I'm going to have to go get a resupply on wood here soon. I don't have to do it that often, but it, you know, every once in a while. Alright, so that, and then we'll go large back into small. Oh, snap. It can handle it. Alright. So now we just want to make sure that they're all going to the same output. And the easiest way to do that is to put them all to the same thing. And then just turn the bottom. Now we also need a chest for this to go into. Luckily, I always carry some chest on me. So there we go. Now, technically, I think we can pretty much craft anything in these. Let's see here. It's just if you don't fill the whole table, then you gotta power it with redstone. So if I was to just throw that, boom. We don't need this crafting table for anything, but you understand how it works now. You put the items in, power it with redstone. If they're not all full, it literally shifts them all in the direction that you have, and then finishes the product out. So yeah, that's our mechanical crafter. Not only set up, but also sped up fairly quickly. Now, you don't have to do this here. If you want to just put a normal gearbox right there, that'll work too. I'm getting really tired of y'all. I use mega torches for a reason. Come here. Shouldn't have to deal with this harassment. I guess I could go down into the lava and place another mega torch. But I feel like at that point, they're kind of winning the race, right? Anyways, let's go over here. Now, I already set all these up in place specifically for our encased fans because I knew where I wanted them. You may not have that foresight. If you don't, that's okay. Okay? You don't have to... Ooh. And we also put this block up to stop, right? It'll stop the wind. We can walk through here. We can get all of our stuff, blah, blah, blah. I've clearly used Create quite a few times in quite a few mod packs. I get the mod to a base degree, so generally start with your setup of like where you want it and then work your way backwards to power. That's what I found works best for me as a novice. I'm getting a little bit better with Create, so I'm able to do things like this where I know where the end product is going to be. That being said, let's go ahead and set some of these up. So this will be our fire one. Oh, there it is. Actually, yeah, it'll be fine. This, can I take water out of here? Oh yeah, but it won't place in the world. Okay, so that won't work anyways. Do I have any? I don't. So I'll have to come back for the water one. And then soul sand is what we'll need, and I believe lava. Lava should be pretty easy. Let's see. I gotta stop taking lava from that spot. Eventually we're just gonna have a big hole beside my house. Alright, so then we'll have lava, we have fire, we'll have water, and we'll have soul sand. That should be all of the different washing stations. So, let's go get us some soul sand and some water. Oops. This whole floor is just kind of a disaster, but in the best possible way, right? We just have, like, power. Raw power being outputted from every direction. What more could you ask for, honestly? Lag? Lots of lag? Sure. Thankfully, we don't really have to worry about that. So, we got some of that. I think it's scoria. Place some of that down. Yeah, soul sand. Perfect. Perfect. Getting a bit out of our wits with some of this inventory stuff, though. Alright. And we'll do cleaning up later. So I got this, got my hammer, and I got my soul sand. That's all I really need to complete this little part. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. There's water. Does soul sand fall? Tell you what, not figuring out the hard way. I don't think it does, but even still. And voila, ladies and gentlemen, all of our encased fans set up. Now, we'll probably get into some automation of this later on. Of course, I keep saying that, and we keep not doing it. I think just having the fans blowing at max speed, probably good enough. Now, let's take a quick look back at the quest book, because we haven't really been following this today necessarily. We've been setting up to follow it, if that makes sense. So, like, for the netherrack, to get this, we need to wash scorched netherrack so we can finally start replacing our up top pieces. To get clay, we can wash sand, right? So all that just became much easier. The crushing wheels will be some of our next pieces of objectives here, Steam. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to call it on this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I know I certainly did with all the water madness and boiler status. But we did finally get it down. Hopefully you can copy this to some degree. I haven't made it all too difficult. Some things look a bit complicated, but to break it down really simple, coming out of the boiler here, we have our large cogwheel. This large cogwheel goes down. It looks like it goes forward, but it goes down, then to a gearbox. This gearbox, in turn, goes out into a cogwheel that goes up and powers both our right side through additional cogwheels and our top side through the same cogwheels. Now this is turning these mechanical pumps. The mechanical pumps are in turn turning more cogwheels on the inside, which is turning the top cogwheels. So, yeah, all that's sorted and set there. Right? It kind of makes sense. If you just take it one step at a time, it doesn't get too complicated. So, you know, just take it slow and you'll be alright. Create's not a difficult thing if you solve each problem individually, one by one. So we need it to come out of here. We need to go into the gearbox and speed up. Okay, and then we need it to come out of the gearbox and go into everything else. Outside of that, we're going to be getting into a lot more mechanical crafting stuff in future episodes, so be prepared for that, as well as washing some stuff. I'm probably going to go ahead and wash some netherrack off camera just because we already know the recipe, and so now we can replace our upper island. And yeah, I really love this floor, actually, and I think we're going to have one more steam engine coming off from the other side over here. And this says 16,000, so now I think it's accurate because we have 3 engines generating 16,000. If we take one more out, they should be each around 12,000, and I think they'll still all be able to carry the weight and loads that they currently have on them. The only one I'm really worried about is the mechanical crafter, but yeah, anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Of course, subscribe if you're new here. You want to see more awesome content from yours truly. I don't know why we're going back up. This is the cool piece here. This is what we came to see. Share this out with friends, family, friends of the family, family of the friends. Y'all know the routine. You know the ordeal, what you should be doing if you really enjoy it and want to help support the content. Subscribing is the best and most free way. We might do channel memberships in the future. Right now, I don't necessarily have plans of it outside of, hey, we may do that in the future. So stick around to the channel if you're enjoying the content, just watching it, letting the video play all the way through, watching all the videos all the way through. That's the biggest way you can help support the channel and sharing things out. As per the usual, hope you all stay safe, stay awesome, stay crafted, and until next time, peace out.